Start Move by pressing the small yellow power button.
In today's video, I'm going to play you some beats that I made on the Ableton Move. I recently got this device and I just started to create music on it, mostly beats, some ambient stuff as well. As you know, I don't really do reviews, so I'm just going to play you beats that I made on this device. I loaded up some of my own sounds, my vinyl drums, as well as the MC303 melodic sounds. I sampled into this thing through the microphone as well as the line in. And for the rest, I used a lot of the sounds, drums, as well as the synthesizer sounds that are shipped with this unit. So without further ado, let's just start listening to some beats. The first one you heard in the intro, I sampled actually one of the Ableton videos, and it sounds like this.
Start Move by pressing the small yellow power button.
And as you can hear, this beat is made out of 3 different parts. So we have the drums here. Let me mute. This is a kit that comes with the Move. Then on track 2, I have the mod bass preset. Just one note, very simple. And then on the third part, I have this little melody. It's a 1-bar melody, 4 notes. The fake whirlie, it's a preset that's in synth keys. Yeah, here, fake whirlie. It's a really nice preset. I use it for multiple tracks, and as you can see here on the filter cutoff, there is some automation because it has a red dot. And then the 4th track is the sampler.
Start Move by pressing the small yellow power button.
With a redux effect and a delay, and then of course you can pitch the vocal sample over the pads. You can play it. So very simple. Let's move on to beat number 2. Another beat that I created. Here the central part is the Acid 303 bass with some automation. So let me just play the beat. So it has a drum kit, the Acid 303, a piano, and then some just white noise. So this is actually, it's in the templates. It's called analog noise. It has an oscillator. So if you turn the oscillator down, you just have the noise. Okay, moving on to beat number 3. Let's play something ambient. As you can hear, the Ableton Move can of course also make ambient. I mean, it is a version of Ableton, so why not? Let's play the next one. It's 114 BPM. It's I'm using all the 4 tracks, and I created a little bit more variation. So let's start. Let's start with this. So here I have the dry session kit, a bass, this kind of nice synth lead, and a pad sound. Let's play another ambient beat. This one's called Ambient Noisy. It's just one pattern. This is really a beat to dream away with. Here I use different loop lengths. So the first one is a sampler, it's 3 bars. Then there's a sampler with 6 bars, another sampler with 3 bars, and the last sampler it's 5 bars. So the sounds are aligned in different ways, and it's all made of only 4 samples basically. Let's play 2 more. This one, it's called Automation. And as you can see, there's a lot of automation going on the bass sound. 5 parameters out of the 8 parameters are automated because they're red LEDs instead of white ones. So let's hear how this sounds. So we have the drums, the bass, a synth sound, and then an 808 kit. So if I just play the bass, which has the most automation and variation, even though it's only in 2-bar loop. So it is this note, the second note in the second bar, and that's just the automation of the filter cutoff, the filter resonance, the pulse width, the sync, and the fat octave parameter. Then the last beat, I again use the fake whirly sound, some bells, a bass, and an Ableton kit, and it sounds like this. So it's really easy to get started to make beats. Most of the things I made don't have that many variations. It's basically 1 or 2 or 3 clips. But the good thing is that you can easily take this to live. So in one of my next videos, I will talk about how you take one of these sketches that you make on the Move to Ableton and how to develop it further into a full-fledged track. What I like is the flexibility of the tracks, that you can assign a synthesizer, a drum kit, or a sampler for each of the tracks. So as you heard with one of the ambient tracks, I only loaded up samplers on each track and only used samples to create some kind of ambient mood. Let me know if you have been using Ableton Move and how you have been using it. Thanks for watching, keep making music, and see you in the next one.